Good morning, all my dear students. I hope you all are doing well. Students, can you hear me? Can you hear my sound? Show me with your thumbs up if you can hear me. Very good. So tell me, how am I able to produce sound? Basically, how we all human beings produce sound. You have learned it in previous chapter, right? Previous session of sound. How we are able to produce sound? How do human beings produce sound? Anybody? Yes, who will answer this?
Human being produce song by their vocal cord, by
Very
using
good.
their vocal cord.
Very good. Say inside our throat, suppose when we are talking, keep your finger on your throat and talk something. You will feel the vibrations. So here there is a organ, there is a part called as larynx, and inside that larynx there are vocal cords. These vocal cords vibrate when we talk. Okay, and because of that vibrations sound is produced. So vibrations are necessary for the production of sound. So today we are going to learn something more about sound. So let's get started. Once again, a very good morning to all my dear students. I welcome you all in the state-wide online education brought to you by Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. I am Rashmi teacher and today we are going to learn science subject. So let us have a quick recap at what we have learned till now in the chapter sound. Sound is a form of energy and it is produced by vibrations. Just now I told you sound can be produced only by vibrations, and also it is a form of energy. In the chapter forms of energy, we have studied different forms of energy: mechanical energy, kinetic, potential, electrical, and we also studied sound energy. So sound has a capacity to do some kind of work, so it is also a form of energy and it is produced by vibrations. All right, a medium is necessary for the propagation of sound. So what do you mean by medium, students? Tell me, what do you mean by medium?
Ma'am, low not high, not
Okay,
very low and not very high.
see, medium is the source through which sound is traveling. It can be solid, it can be liquid, or it can be gas. Okay, and propagation means traveling of sound. So a medium is necessary for the propagation of sound. Sound is propagated through solid, liquid and gaseous medium. So these are the mediums. It can be propagated through solid, it can be propagated through liquid and also through gaseous mediums. The path through which it travels, that is called as mediums. Okay. Transmission of sound is faster through a liquid than through a gas and faster through a solid than through a liquid. So sound travels fastest in solids. Alright, its speed is fastest in the solids. So this you have learned in the previous session of sound. So let us continue with the same topic. Lesson number 13, sound. Let us see the objectives of today's session. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to Understand how sound cannot travel through a vacuum. Understand about noise pollution. Identify pleasant and unpleasant sounds. State the measures for preventing noise pollution. So now students, I have shown you a picture. Okay. What picture is it? Who will tell me?
Bell.
It is a bell. Now see, are you able to hear the sound of this bell?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So just now you heard the sound of the bell, right? So same bell, if I am keeping in a vacuum container, this kind of bell, if I am keeping in a vacuum container, will you be able to hear its sound?
No, ma'am. We
Yes.
not hear sound.
Yes. So let us understand this with the help of a simple experiment. Now I am going to show you a simple experiment. So you have to observe and listen carefully. Alright. See now, first of all, I will explain you what is the arrangement in the experiment. The glass like thing is called as bell jar. Okay. Inside that bell jar, there is an electric bell. Okay. So when we will switch it on, the bell will start ringing and you will be able to hear the bell. After some time, the vacuum pump will be started. What is the use of vacuum pump? It will remove the air from that bell jar. And then you have to listen carefully what is happening. Alright, so pay attention students. See now the vacuum pump has started. It is removing the air from that bell jar slowly. And see the sound of bell is reducing. Right?
Ma'am, now sound is not coming.
Yeah, very good. Good. Now he will allow the air to pass inside the bell jar. Now you listen carefully. Air is entering the bell jar. What is happening now? Are you able to listen the bell now? See, now clearly
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Now clearly we are able to listen the bell. So what is the conclusion of this experiment? What did we learn in this experiment? Sound cannot travel through vacuum. What is vacuum? An empty space from where air is partially removed. So whenever there is empty space, vacuum is created there, and empty space means there is nothing, air is also not present, so air is removed from that space. Such space is called as vacuum. So sound cannot travel through vacuum. Remember this, children. It needs a material medium for propagation. So sound always needs some or the other material medium for propagation. It can be a solid medium, it can be a liquid medium, it can be a gaseous medium also, but it cannot travel through vacuum. That is why, children, whatever explosions are taking place in the space, we are not able to hear them, because in the space there is no air. there is no medium for the sound for propagation, so we are not able to hear anything which is taking place in the space. So many explosions, so many things, sounds are there in the space, but we are not able to hear them because there is no medium for the sound to travel. Vacuum is there, so sound cannot travel through vacuum. Now I'm going to show you some pictures. We will observe those pictures and we will discuss on them. So see, what do you see in this first picture? Who will tell me?
A girl is singing.
Very
A
good.
girl is singing.
A girl is singing, right? In this picture, what do you see?
A boy is crying.
Yes, there is a boy or a kid who is screaming, who is crying. And in the third picture, what do you see? Yes, tell me, what do you see in the third picture?
A boy, a, a baby is playing a tractor.
A toy car. Yes, yes. With a toy. The baby is playing with a kid is playing with a toy. So, now you have to tell me which of these sounds is pleasant. Now, what do you mean by pleasant sound? Pleasant sound is the sound which makes us feel happy. When you listen that sound, no, you will feel happy. You will feel nice. So, out of these sounds, which sound is pleasant sound? Who will tell me?
First,
Yeah,
the
the
girl
first
is
sound.
singing that.
Yes, the first sound, the girl is singing. That sound is pleasant sound. We like hearing the music and songs, right? But the second and the third sounds are not pleasant. So they are actually, which sounds are nuisance to the people? So out of this, which are nuisance?
Second and third.
Yes, second and third sounds are nuisance. When you hear those sounds, you also get irritated. You are also you get a headache, right? So some sounds are pleasant while some sounds can be nuisance to the people. So here you can see a noisy scene. Observe carefully, all students. Now make a list of all the sounds implied in the picture. So come on, tell me, which sounds can you see in this picture? Who will tell me one
The
by one?
dog is barking.
Very good.
The child is crying.
The dog is
The
barking.
little girl is playing drum.
Very good. What else? Anything else? Observe carefully. Yes, Rishikesh, tell me. Which different sounds can you see in this picture? See here, one side you can see these two ladies are talking. Okay. Then here the dog is barking. Here the kid is crying. The man is talking. Yes.
The TV producing the sound.
Yes.
The little boy was crying. I think his papa was talking to the in the phone. The there was a boy who was playing with the plane. One little girl was producing sound by the drums, the cars making noise, and the birds are also making the sound.
Very good, Pankini. So Pankini told us about all the sounds which we can see in the picture. It is really a noisy scene, isn't it? So this kind of scene we often experience in our day-to-day life. How would this atmosphere affect a person who is not feeling well? Suppose there is a person who is not feeling well in this atmosphere. How would he feel? Tell me. What will happen? Suppose a person is there who is not feeling well. Okay, in the nearby room you can say, in the immediate next room there is a person who is not feeling well. What will happen? he will get more irritated, he will get a headache, isn't it? He won't be able to sleep also, so it will be difficult for him to recover from his illness. So this scenario is really nuisance, is really irritating for the people who are not feeling well. Would you be able to study in these conditions? Now this you tell me, children. If you are having this kind of atmosphere near you, will you be able to study?
No, ma'am.
Yes, very good, Rishikesh. We won't be able to study at all in this kind of conditions. So the situations shown in the picture are often seen around us. Can you tell me, children, where do you see such kind of situations? Which are the other places where you see this kind of situations? I will give you some examples. We see on the streets, right? When we are walking on the streets, on the road, everywhere there are sounds of vehicles, right? So we can see on the streets. Where else do you see this kind of situations? Noisy situations.
Station.
Very good. Railway stations. Where else? On the bus stands, right? In the malls also. In the malls also there is so much noise. People are
Bus
talking.
stand, railway station, market, streets.
Very good. In the market region also you find this kind of situation, right? Some of the sounds they depict are pleasant while others are harsh. See, we have described so many places: marketplace, bus stand, railway station. We hear so many different sounds. Some sounds are pleasant, no doubt. Some sounds we like also. But some are harsh. A loud sound is harsh to the ear. Such sounds produce noise. So whenever the sound is too much, too loud, it is harsh to our ear. We feel very irritated. And such sound produce noise. So what is noise? Noise is the unpleasant and undesirable sound which leads to discomfort to human beings. So noise is very unpleasant sound. Okay, we don't like it. Undesirable, we don't wish to listen to it, and it leads to discomfort to us. So noise pollution occurs when we hear one or many sounds harmful to the ear. So such pollution occurs when we are hearing this kind of sounds which are harmful. It can be one sound or it can be more than one sound, but if it is harmful to ear, we say that it is a noise pollution. So this noise pollution, children, it has many adverse effects on human beings, on our health. Okay, it can cause headache, our heart can beat faster, we can get irritated, we are not able to concentrate when there is noise around us, right? So what are the measures for preventing noise pollution? Let us see the measures for preventing noise pollution. Children, can you suggest some measures for preventing noise pollution? What do you think? What can we do to prevent this noise pollution? Okay, so I will show you some measures and then you suggest some measures, alright? See here. As far as possible, we should avoid blowing the horn. Okay, so whenever we are traveling in vehicles, we should avoid blowing the horn. The volume of the TV or radio in the house should be restricted to those watching the programs. It should not be audible to your neighbors. Your neighbors don't want to hear your TV's volume. It should be restricted only to you if you are watching the programs, right? It should not be too loud. Vehicles should be maintained properly to reduce the unnecessary sounds they produce. We should do regular servicing, maintenance of our vehicles so that they won't produce much sound. Factories, airports, railway stations and bus stands should be located at the proper distance away from the residential area. So all these places like factories, airports, railway stations, bus stand, they should be away from the residential area. Alright, so can you suggest some other measures, children? What else we can do to prevent noise pollution? In our home also we use many instruments like refrigerator, then we use washing machine, right? Mixer, grinder, they also should be maintained properly, because they also many a time they also produce lot of sound. So children, what do you see here in this picture? It is a symbol. What does this symbol indicate? What is meaning of this symbol?
No sound.
Noise. No, don't make noise. This symbol indicate don't make noise.
Very good. So whenever you see this symbol, you should stop blowing horns. Okay, this symbol is mostly located in the silent zones, wherever hospitals are there, schools are there. This symbol is for the vehicles, especially, that they should not blow horns, right? It is a silent zone. Very good. So always remember, children, some of the sounds that we enjoy can be a nuisance for others. This is very important. Sometimes we enjoy our parties, we have loud music, but then the same sound can be a nuisance for other people. Suppose in the nearby place, students are studying, their exams are there, patients are there, they are not feeling well, old people are there, kids are there. So though that sound can be nuisance for those people. So we should always have this realization that our sound, our enjoyment should not be a nuisance for other people, right? Now here, believe it or not, see, birds like the robin and the woodcock can recognize the sound of an earthworm in the soil and find their prey. This is because their hearing organs are very sensitive. So see, I will show you the birds. Robin, this is the robin bird, and this is the woodcock. See, they are having, their hearing organs are so sharp, they can hear the sound of earthworm, which is their prey, and then they can catch that earthworm. See, again, now there are some species of grasshopper produce a sound by rubbing their legs together while flying in the air. So there is some species of grasshopper, it can produce sound by rubbing their legs. Isn't it interesting, kids? The flapping of the wings of the bee or the mosquito produces a humming sound. Have you heard such sounds? Many a times we hear the bees and the mosquitoes. They produce humming sound. So that is because of the flapping of their wings. Isn't it interesting? Okay. So let us review at what we have learned today. Who will read the first sentence? Yes, read out the first one.
What we have learned. Sound cannot travel through vacuum.
Yeah, very good. Sound cannot travel through vacuum. Noise is disagreeable, irregular
and loud.
Very good. Next one.
Noise pollution occurs due to continuous noise. Noise pollution has adverse effects on our health.
Yes, so it has adverse effects on our health.
Heavy traffic and industrial areas cause the maximum Noise pollution.
Very good.
Noise pollution is a social problem.
That's right. It is a social problem.
It is necessary that everybody takes measures to prevent noise pollution.
Yes. So we all have to take together, we have to take the measures to prevent noise pollution.
Blowing the horns of vehicles is prohibited near places like schools and hospitals. These rules should always be followed.
Yes. So it is prohibited. I showed you the symbol, no? That symbol is always displayed nearby, near the schools or hospitals. That time we should follow the rules that we should not blow the horns of vehicles. Okay?
Yes.
As those are the silent zones. So students, you understood today's part?
Yes, miss.
If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
No doubt.
Okay. So let us continue with the exercise. So now you are going to answer the questions. Alright. See question 1. Fill in the blanks with the proper words. The propagation of sound does not occur through a dash. Who will answer this?
Vacuum.
Very good, Rishikesh. The propagation of sound does not occur through a vacuum. Noise pollution is a dash issue.
Social issue.
Very good. Noise pollution is a social issue. Next one. The sound which is disagreeable to the ears is called dash. Who will answer this?
Sound.
Listen carefully. The sound which is disagreeable to the ears is called dash. What is it called?
Noise pollution.
Noise. It is called noise. The sound which is disagreeable to the ears is called noise. Noise has adverse effects on our dash.
Health.
That's right. Noise has adverse effects on our health. Let's have the next one. What should we do? The silencer of a motorcycle is broken. So what should we do? Who will tell me? Suppose the silencer of the motorcycle is broken, it will make too much noise. So what should we do? Come on, tell me.
May we want to change the silencer, or we do not want to ride the motorcycle?
See what we will do. If the silencer of a motorcycle is broken, then take the motorcycle to a mechanic and get it reinstalled or repaired. Okay. Next one. A factory in the surroundings is producing continuous loud sound. What will you do?
May I tell?
Yes.
If a factory in the surroundings producing continuous loud sound, loud noise, then we can lodge a complaint against the factory to a local government body, citing the troubles faced by residents around and the danger it is causing to the environment.
Very good, Rishikesh. Yes. If a factory in the surrounding is producing continuous loud noise, then we can lodge a complaint against the factory to a local government body, citing the troubles faced by the residents around and the danger it is causing to the environment. So we can lodge a complaint against that factory. Next one. What is mean by vibration? Who will tell me? See here, the to and fro motion of a body about its mean position is known as vibration. We say na oscillation. So that is only vibration. Sometimes we say my phone is vibrating. Okay, so it is moving to and fro. It is shaking, you can say. So that motion is called as vibration. So how you will write it? The to and fro motion of a body about its mean position is known as vibration. Explain with the help of practical examples how sound is propagated through solids. So can you tell me how sound is propagated through solids? With the help of example you have to tell. See, I will give you some examples so that you will get an idea. Sound is propagated in the form of waves in solids. It can be explained clearly from the below examples. Place your ear on one end of a long table. Ask your friend to tap the table from the other end. You can hear the produced sound. Sound reaches your ear after traveling through the table. This indicates that sound can travel through solids and in the form of waves. So this is very easy experiment you can do at your home also. Okay, you have to place your ear on a long table and you have to tell some person on the other side to make sound, to produce sound on that table, and what will happen, that sound will travel through the table and you will be able to hear the sound on the other side. Clearly you will be able to hear, right? Second example is stethoscope. You might have seen stethoscope when you visit a doctor. Stethoscope is another example of sound traveling through solids. Doctors use stethoscopes to listen to our heartbeats. So you can give some other practical examples also other than this, right? What is mean by noise pollution? Now this you all know. Tell me, what is mean by noise pollution?
The sound that is not disagreeable for our ear is called noise pollution.
Very good, Avinash. Noise pollution is the excess of unwanted sound in the environment. It can adversely affect human and other living beings' health. Alright. What measures will you take to control noise pollution? Already we have discussed in the lesson. So tell me, what measures will you take to control noise pollution? At least tell me one or two measures. Come on.
We avoid the blow horns.
That's right.
While listening music, we want to keep the music at low
volume. That's right. So see, following measures can be taken to control noise pollution. To control noise pollution, we must control its source, from where it is produced. That source we should control. Hence, silencers must be installed in vehicles such as motorcycles, cars, trucks, buses, and other noise producing machines. We should watch television and listen to music at a low volume. Also, use of loudspeakers as well as horns of buses and trucks should be minimized. Regular maintenance of automobiles should be done so that noise produced by them can be kept under check. All industrial work should be done away from residential areas. More trees should be planted in residential areas as they help in reducing noise. So more trees should be planted, so they help in reducing the noise. So these all measures, you can write the measures in your own words also. Okay, children? So these measures we should take to control noise pollution. Now we have to complete this table. See, what is given in the table. The first column is nature of sound, and you have to tell whether it is unpleasant or pleasant. So first one, speaking. Is it pleasant or unpleasant? Who will tell me? Speaking. Yes?
Pleasant.
Yeah, very good. Pleasant. Speaking is pleasant. When we are normally talking with each other, that is a pleasant sound. Then whispering. Whispering means talking very slowly. Whispering. Students, like that. So it is pleasant or unpleasant?
Pleasant.
Yeah, that is also pleasant. Very good. Aeroplane sounds. It is pleasant or unpleasant? Aeroplane sounds. When the aeroplane takes off, you might have heard, now how is the sound? It is pleasant or unpleasant?
Unpleasant.
Yeah, it is unpleasant. It makes too much sound. You can say it makes noise only. Too much noise. So it is unpleasant. Horns of vehicles.
Unpleasant.
Yeah, no doubt it is unpleasant only. Railway engine.
Unpleasant.
Unpleasant. That's right. Rustling of leaves.
Pleasant.
Pleasant. Very good. Neighing of a horse.
Pleasant.
Yeah, it can be pleasant. I told you some sound can be pleasant for you, but at the same time it can be unpleasant for other people also. Remember. Ticking of a clock.
Pleasant.
Unpleasant sometimes, or sometimes pleasant. So you can write your own answer, children, for this. It is open-ended kind of question. It can be pleasant for you. For some people it can be unpleasant also. So the answers are like this. Speaking pleasant, whispering pleasant, aeroplane sounds is unpleasant, horns of vehicles unpleasant, railway engine unpleasant, rustling of leaves is pleasant, neighing of a horse is unpleasant. But for you, if it is pleasant, you can write pleasant. Ticking of a clock, it is also unpleasant. But if you feel it is pleasant, you can tick mark in pleasant. Understood, students? Now here is the activity for you. Prepare a list of the harsh sounds heard near your house. Write about those sounds which produce noise pollution. Okay? So you have to complete this activity. So that's all for today, students. I hope you all understood the lesson. Have a nice day. Thank you.